Okay then guys, what's going on? Cloud Plays here and welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're inside of Hogwarts Legacy and we have got a bit of an interesting conversation to have with you guys. So we now know that the game has been out since February 10th and this has been, well, a month and a half now, and already the game is stagnant beyond belief. So today we're going to talk about what went wrong with Hogwarts Legacy in terms of longevity. If you haven't already, make sure you smash the beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. It'd be greatly appreciated. And with that being said, let's dive on into today's video. So, like we said, the game released February 10th, and a fun little fact, if you actually Google a Hogwarts Legacy release date, for some reason the icon for the game is a bottle of wine. I have no idea what the hell is going on there, but irrelevant to it. February 10th was the release date for the game, and it took the world by absolute storm. The game was absolutely incredible, and although I had so much bloody fun inside of this and stuck in the best part of 120 hours into it, it still has not lasted too long, to say the least. Now, we know full well before the comments go wild with it that this was never a live service game. This was a one and done, and there were a few updates to obviously fix minor patches, issues and bugs. But this game has got a bit of a flaw to it, and that tends to be the max level reached. So when we look at the game for what it is, the storyline was incredible, the subplots also incredible, all of these side partings and side missions were again bloody incredible, and I had so much fun inside of it. Although what I do find is that there is some interesting factors. The max level for this game is level 40, and although that seems to be the case, you will not need to hit level 40 if you are more interested in the storyline base. If you are only interested in the storyline and subplots and side missions, you are still not going to hit the max level. Now, what you do have to do is all of the side plots, whether this is bandit camps or the battle arenas, going around and doing all of the little sub pieces, Merlin trials and otherwise, and once you've done all of that and got all of the field pages and you've completed the field book, you will hit level 40, at which point you have taken a character all the way to the max level. You have now got an absolutely solid build, and you have focused into certain spells, attributes, potions and or greenery, and now you can do absolutely nothing. There is no repeatable, there is no nothing that you guys are going to be venturing your high level, max leveled character into. Your goal is to hit the max level and then the game is done. These RPG style games generally focus around the build characterization. So essentially you work your way to the top, you get the build that you want, and then you've got a focus point in an area that you guys can essentially try to dominate using those builds and or otherwise. But in this game, for some reason, what we seem to find is we get to the max level, we've got a dominating build and we can't use it. Not only that, but the big curses such as Avada Kedavra come at the end of the game, of which point there is then absolutely sod all to do with it after maybe a couple of hours. This for me is a massive product flaw, and this is one thing that frustrated me greatly, and I've just been thinking about it just recently as I've started to try and venture into other games. We're looking at some things that are releasing later on in different months, but for me Hogwarts Legacy has not been loaded up now for at least 2-3 weeks, give or take. And this is something which does infuriate me greatly, because this is a game that had such a high potential rating, and although it is successful and it was still a lot of fun, it is only successful for as far as it reaches. It had a really big player base and happened to be the highest, most viewed single player game on Twitch, which is absolutely incredible, but it kind of don't venture much further than that. Whether we'll see any DLCs, we're yet to see, and whether there is going to be a Hogwarts 2 is almost guaranteed, as we now know that Hogwarts Legacy is going to be a franchise for WB Games. But as an overall, I'm a little bit disappointed with the longevity of this game. It literally lasted me a matter of weeks. I completed it and now I'm done, and that is it. We move on to the next shambles of nothingness inside of the gaming scene, that is 2023. This does sound a lot like I'm slating the game, and it doesn't seem to be the case whatsoever. I can assure you the game itself is so much fun. The problem is that there is just absolutely nothing to do. We find that once you do get to level 40, the game is over, done, dusted, and there is no repeatable. We have no new game plus, so there is no way to be able to repeat any of the missions without starting a new character, and there is also no way of being able to repeat any of the side parting quests. It just makes absolutely no sense to me why you'd grind for level 40. I managed to do it once and then kind of just never did it again. I have had a couple of other characters where I wanted to play the more exclusives into the class exclusives, such as Hufflepuff being able to go to Azkaban and do all of that sort of stuff. But other than those extra vintages, I never went any further. This for me is extremely disappointing, and although it sounds extremely negative to a game that had so much positive, I feel like at this stage it's something that we need to approach. With the game's release, it's still yet to come on old generations and on Switch. I feel like this is a very, very bad mistake and a very bad move to say the least, and can't imagine that the sales are going to be too bloody high for this game come the old gen release date. They may well do quite well based on the storyline and the success that it's already had, but as far as a ventured high date release, this is not likely to happen. It's not really being spoken about, if whatsoever, and there is only a few people yet still covering it. It does seem to be a bit frustrating, but I want to know what your guys' opinions are down in the comment section below. Please do let me know and we can get a discussion going. I had so much fun inside of the game and I will rate it until the high heavens, and I will forward this to all of my friends and say that they need to give this game a go. But do not do it if you're looking for the next game that's going to control your life for the next 6 months. This definitely isn't it. If you haven't already, make sure you're smashing the beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. Thank you so much again for watching, guys, and we're going to be venturing into Wayfinder over the ongoing weeks and seeing exactly what it is that they have to offer. Thanks again, appreciate you all, and as always, I'll see you in the clouds.